You play Weiss. You're used to using only one hand. Over on the Bushiroad events, we are getting the images, which is new. They haven't done this before, of all the people that qualified through regionals. As you can see over here, we have the Sacramento. Congratulations, Kenny, Zach, Richard, and Manuel Trujillo. Friend of the channel, Manny916. He is going to Japan. I will be there as well because I have a press pass, and we will be covering Worlds. So, what's really nice is, you know, they get a picture of the player. They get a very nice picture. They get their favorite card and then a nice quote. Now, I love Weiss Schwarz players because this game is so unserious. You can only be serious for like maybe Vanguard, but like you can't really be serious with Weiss Schwarz. It's an anime trading card game where a lot of the art is, you know, one-handed card game activities. Let's read these quotes. Get your game on. What is that? Wait, get your game on. That's not Beyblade, is it? No, that's Yu-Gi-Oh. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's GX. Zachary Williamson said, while you stood in the light, I was the shadow you didn't see. Now it's time for the darkness to devour you. Bro, that's a quote. That's Jaden Yuki from, yeah, Judai Yuki from Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. It is. All right, I was tripping out for a second. Zachary Williamson, that is a banger quote. That's Blue Lock? That's Blue Lock. That's a hell of a quote. And then Richard Lee said, everything we do becomes a memory to reminisce. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful quote right there. Friend of the channel, Manny916 said, GG, I got lucky. That's a quote. That is an all-time banger quote. All right, all-time. GG, I got lucky. Banger quote. 10 out of 10, no notes. Absolutely beautiful. Love that. GG, I got lucky. Bravo, Manny. Bravo, Manny. Congratulations, Manny, for qualifying in Sacramento. All right, here we have Vancouver, BC, British Columbia, Canada. We have Hofi Tran in Vanguard said the Hermano Magic. And then Matthew Bach from Premium said the miracle never ends. And then Yujia Chen from Shadowverse said, my conviction is my weapon. That's good. It's a good quote. Good quote. William Tang, whose favorite card is the gold bar trigger. I love Weiss Schwarz players so much. Y'all are great. And his quote was high. Listen. Again, you cannot be too serious with this game. Okay, so when we go to Worlds, I want to go up to William Tang and I want to William Tang. I'm going to go up to William Tang. I'm going to shake his hand. I'll be like, Gold Bar Brothers. GBB. That's what we're called. Gold Bar Brothers. Beautiful quote. Beautiful quote. No notes. No notes. All right. Here's Duluth, Georgia. I did go to Duluth, Georgia. Standard Julio said no guard. Sick. Strong quote. Good quote too. Especially for Vanguard. Good. Go all out against every obstacle, said Levy or Levi in Premium. Brian Morris from Shadowverse. Beautiful quote. Perfect quote for newer players as well, trying to get into the competitive scene. Take it one round at a time. Amazing quote. Actually, like legit great advice. And then Riaz Mohammed, world champion. Riaz Mohammed said, my body is made out of cards. My body is made out of cards. That dude, Weiss, 10 out of 10 quote. 10 out. That is also good advice if you're trying to play a competitive Weiss Schwarz. You just make body made out of cards. Oh, dude, I'm crying. I love these quotes. These quotes are so funny. Wait a minute. Look, hold up. King Avon said, isn't Duluth in Georgia? Never heard of Duluth, California. Hold up, what? Oh, dude, there's a typo. Yeah, it's Duluth, Georgia, not Duluth, California. Oh, the one person that just joined the stream, yes, you. I'm talking to you. Can you send Bushiroad an email saying that it's Duluth, Georgia, not Duluth, California? King Avon, that's a good catch. Good catch. That's really funny. That's good. That's good. I love that quote. All right, here we go. More over in standard in Mexico City, Mexico. Oscar Villalba Martinez in standard said, simple, just believe in your own possibility. Hey, solid quote, good quote. Edgar said, stop it, premium. And then Shadow vs. Evolve, Steven Sung said, what did he say? Cero PP up? Listen, I don't get that reference. And then over, and Jorge Baena, fantastic picture too. Please be happy. I'm trying, man. I'm trying, bro. Thank you. All right, and here is the last one. We got Jose. Oh, that is a fantastic. Whoa, look at that. Look at that picture. That's a good picture too. That's really good. I love that picture. Card Fight Standard. Jose said, "Now it's my turn to give advice." Yeah. Dude, based picture. Absolutely based. That's a really good one. And then Mike in premium said, "Let me hit crest." Shadow vs. Evolve J said, "Plan the best, play the best." Hey, it's pretty solid. Carter said, "Mochi what?" In Philadelphia. All right, congratulations to everyone, every regional qualifier champion. I will see you all at Worlds. We're going to continue looking at the quotes from players. We did this in the last stream. We covered the first half. And then I said we're going to keep going. That's right now. All right, so here we have the regional qualifying champions for Tampa, Florida, USA. We got, wait a minute. I've played him before. I haven't played him, what is it? In Vanguard, because I don't play Vanguard. I played him in Weiss Schwarz. All right. Last Tuesday, I went to locals. I went to Top Spot Cards. And he was there, and I played him, and I got my ass handed to me because he was playing Bunny Girl Senpai. I was at 2-3, and he did the Bunny Girl effect, and I went from 2-3 straight to death. Like, it was, I had a couple cancels here and there, but dude, it was nuts. It was insane. Like, I can't. No, he's not a Japanese player. No, he's just, anata something. Kado game ni subete o. I think somebody retweeted it, right? Actually, I retweeted it. The Japanese says, "Are you ready to bet it all on a card game?" That's so funny. All right, let's see here. Premium, Logan Mays. That's a good picture. That's a good picture right there. Solid picture. All effects, Vanguard. Edric Vanguard, if you could tell me what that means. Connor, friend of the channel, Connor. Boats don't sink. Absolute legend. Absolute unit. Shadow vs. Evolve champion. I'm happy to see Shadow vs. Evolve continue to grow, and I'm excited to play at the highest level of competition. Yes! Fantastic quote. Beautiful. Let's see what Roy Choi has to say, who is the Weiss Schwarz champion. This game is all luck. Yes! Yes! That is completely true. This game is luck. It is luck based. All right. Sometimes you could finagle your chances, finagle the odds. But yeah, this game is kind of luck. All right. It is kind of based on luck. And also one of my favorite things, like when someone loses, is like whenever they go like, actually mathematically I should have gotten that game, because if you swung for the, like, and they're just like telling you like, bro, like that's happened to me so much in this game. So much where they actually mathematically speaking, absolutely based, all great. Illinois Standard Joseph said, "Now show me the future I truly desire." Dude, everyone's an anime villain. everyone's an anime villain. I love it. I absolutely love it. Team Kevin Cho said Team WCC. I know some Weiss players are in WCC. Shadow vs. Evolve. Tina said, "Shout out to my friends, family, and the Ontario Shadow vs. Evolve community for all the support. Heart. Hashtag SWOORT. I don't know that hashtag. Should we look into it? But yeah, that's a nice quote too. Weiss Schwarz, Danny said, "Focus, commitment, sheer will." Yes. Hell yeah. Toronto, Ontario, Canada, not California. Siu Chi Ho. I hope I said that name right. Gotta lock up some dragons. That is a reference I do not understand. We got Premium. Siyu Yat Ho said, not everyone who works hard succeeds, but all those who succeed have worked hard. That's really good. That's like words of wisdom right there for sure. Definite words of wisdom. Shadowverse Evolve. Thomas Tran said, I'll just play better. Hey, you know what? Sometimes that's how you win. Sometimes that's how you win. My friend won second place at Toronto. Hey, congratulations to your friend. They also got that invite to Worlds, I believe. They also got that invite to Worlds. Not paid, you know, unfortunately, not paid. But yeah. All right, let's see what Weiss Schwarz. Carson. Oh God, they triggered for 6. What? I love the Weiss Schwarz quotes. They're so funny. You can't take this game too seriously. All right, here is Portugal. S. Cosme, Portugal. Romain said, an arrow shot correctly will always hit its target. That is like something Yugi Moto would say when he draws like the card that he needs. You got Hearth in Premium said, don't limit your challenges, challenge your limits. From Team Crushing the Meta. Oh, that's pretty good too. That's a pretty good quote. Shadowverse Evolve. Dennis said, in order to fulfill my wish, I'll battle as many times as I have to. Fucking hell yeah. Hell yeah. Love that. Love that. Felix and Weiss and I'm sorry. Hold on. Does that no, that does not. Okay, I'm sorry. Hold up. I need a I thought that said condom. I saw Felix's picture and then like I was like, wait, does that say condom? No, it says what? Gondom? Very close. Very close. That's like something you text your friend to like sneak something in. Like damn. All right, so Felix said Icy Tail always hits. Also very true. Because when I played that Bunny Girl deck last week, yeah, Icy Tail always hits. And their favorite card is Aki Chainsaw. Nice logo. Yeah, y'all gotta fix this. Shit, maybe the word condom means something different in Portugal. Probably not. All right, so here's Melbourne, Australia. Standard, Francis said, just sack him. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Yes, Icy Tail, but it is 3. Yeah. You know, just do 0 compression against Bunny Girl. Bro, I can't. I was playing bar with a really good bar filter as well. So I was like really clean and I was like, damn. Just sack him. Yeah, just sack him. Sub to Loopville TCG. I will not because I do not watch Cardfight Vanguard content. Well, I'm sure they do great content. Man, I love Forte. From Shadowverse, is that a duck? Justice for my girl, Iseri Nina. Trevor, Weiss Schwarz, Melbourne, Australia. Favorite card is the signed Chica. Nice. We got Moodling, Austria. I said that wrong. We got Standard, best format, Michael. Is this true? Let me know in the forums. Is this true? All right. Hall, no. All right. You won't get me playing Cardfight Vanguard this season. Well, I can't believe you got me playing Cardfight Vanguard this season. All right. Well, hey, you know what? You got top. Shadowverse Evolve. Kevin said discard. Weiss Schwarz, Charles Gautier. My friends call me God Tier. Charles God Tier. That's good. That's pretty good too. We are going to continue on reading the world champions, the regional qualifying champions. We got to see what they say because there's a lot of wisdom, I guess. I guess that's what you could call it. All right, here is Sydney, Australia. Should I do the accent? I do a horrible Australian accent. Here's Patrick Remoroso for Standard. It said just crit OT, easy. And then Cardfight Vanguard Premium, Kelvin Yap said, see you in next week's VG Top Decks. And that is a reference I do not understand. Forgive me. Shadowverse Evolve, Alexander Chapkin. Where is he in the One Piece Cafe? He is 100% in the One Piece Cafe. That is so sick. Wait, is it the one? Yeah, it is. He said be better. Hey, you know what? Yeah. Weiss Schwarz. Here's our regional qualifying champion. Tom Huyn. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Quote, I won't be taking Nino to second place. I will take her to first. Good luck to all. Damn. That's a quote. That's a challenge right there. That's a challenge to everybody. All right, that is a challenge to everyone. Congratulations, Sydney, Australia. Those are playmats. Germany, clone Germany. Card 5 Vanguard Standard. Trunks and welcome to my clown fiesta. What? Card 5 Vanguard Premium. Maxim Decock Brahamabo. You're gonna have to help me out with these pronunciations. 50 cards. Use code Solomon. Did he just give us a code? And he just did an ad. Shadowverse Evolve. Ejai Joseph. Conquer and Rend Reality. Oh, that's cool. Weiss Schwarz. Marcus Wagenleitner. Marcus Wagenleitner. I tried. You can't blame me for trying. Dude, based absolutely. So, okay, real quick tangent. The first time I interacted with this card, I lost my mind. I was like, wait, it does what? And it gets so strong. Cause like, I was like, oh, I could just like crash into it, right? Cause it was when I was first learning, it was when I first started the game. I was like, I could just crash into things and you'll take damage. So I crashed into that card. And then my opponent got a marker and they got stronger. Then I was like, oh no, my plan backfired. And then I wasn't able to get rid of the Rem because it was so big. And I just didn't run like removal cards or anything. Take 4. Yep, that's a good quote. Solid quote. Take 4 damage. Madrid, Spain. Dominique, Standard, said, it is better to be lucky than good. Hey, that's a quote. I love that a lot of these like quotes that people like give are just like, yeah, you know, just be lucky. Especially the Weiss Schwarz one. They're just like, yeah, no skill. Game has no skill. Turn brain off. Turn card sideways. Premium. Kevin said, I defend with damages. Shadowverse. Eroy said, always hit the ground running. Oh, wait, here we go. Wagenleitner was really good. The second one, I don't know how to pronounce it since it's French. We don't really have any Vanguard players in Germany. Bless. Thank you. Jose Luis Marmol Romero. Oh, 4 names. Damn, I have not seen anyone with 4 names. Weiss Schwarz. Jose said, I'll 4-shot you. Singapore. Is he wearing a Santa outfit? Wayne said, no share. Muhammad said, cast Black Lotus to play Winged Dragon of Ra and swing for 2 crit for drive. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's really funny. Cast Black Lotus to play Winged Dragon of Ra and swing for 2 crit for drive. Shadowverse Evolve. Daniel said, I will make my opponent as confused as myself. What? That's pretty good. That's a good one. Weiss, Jack Lee said, why so sensitive? I don't know, because I keep getting my ass handed to me. Manila, Philippines. Jared said, if you don't take risks, you can't create a future. There we go. That's a real champion's quote. Shadowverse Evolve. Oh, no. Premium. Lloyd said, if the opportunity is within your reach, grab it, as you might regret not taking the chance. That is another solid quote. Another solid quote. Shadowverse. Louis said, practice makes perfect. All great quotes. All great advice as well for life and in trading card games. Maybe the Weiss Schwarz player, John, also said something insightful and meaningful. Attack, Lang. You know, Weiss Schwarz isn't the most skill-based game, but this is still good advice. All right, last one. Zoli, Netherlands. Don't give up. Daniel, Standard. Solid quote. I'll heal it out. Janos, Premium. Ram T2, Thuong, Shadowverse Evolve. And Gimping, Patrick Wong, for Weiss Schwarz said, reading the card explains the card sometimes. That is also solid advice. That is also solid advice. You know, when I was a filthy, dirty Yu-Gi-Oh player, I barely read the cards. I just assumed my opponent was going to tell me the cards. It is actually great advice to just take a minute. If you don't know what the card does, read the card. Your opponent can also explain it, but read the card. Take it slow. Imagine if Shioko had an OnlyFans. I'd cry. All right, let's talk about Weiss news. Someone get the spray bottle. We finally got the last quote from the regional qualifying champions. Here we have the final one, Santiago, Chile. Here we have Card Fight Vanguard Standard, Leonardo. He said, never lose faith. Good quote. And then we got Alan Meya. Don't think about the outcome. Just have fun. Beautiful words. That is a thought that I push with this channel constantly. I push that mindset. As long as we're having fun with the game, as long as we're not assholes about it, we're supporting each other with the game. That's all that matters. Winning also could be fun, but as long as we're having fun with the game, we're all good. All right, I lied. There is actually one more. This is Jakarta, Indonesia. Card Fight Vanguard Standard. We got David Tonry saying football is good. Is he talking about soccer or is he talking like American football? Probably soccer. Card Fight Vanguard Premium, Gabriel Tansen, no guard for the value. Shadowverse Evolve, Ipak Aziz Rifat said, I'll wait for you in finals. And their favorite card is like that one weird card with the legs, with like the human legs. Always thought it was a coin. And Weiss Schwarz, we got Juvens. Possibly the best quote of the entire tournament season. Weiss just being Weiss as usual. Congratulations, everyone. See y'all at Worlds.